Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Miriam and I love everything about books. In 2021 I'm doing a challenge where I read 365 books in a year. Every week I do a weekly wrap-up video and usually I do this about the books I read from Friday to Thursday because the year started on a Friday. But actually from next week onwards I want to do it from the books I read from Saturday till the next Friday. So this week's weekly wrap-up video will be about the books I read from Friday the 12th of February until Friday the 19th of February. And if you've seen the previous weekly wrap-up videos, you know that I'm not doing very good on my challenge at the moment because on average I read 5 books in a week. Yeah, well, what can I say? I'm still very confident I will read 365 books this year, but I will do better. I promise you I will do better. However, I managed to read some great books in the past week, so I'm going to show you them. I read quite a lot of ebooks and usually I share them on my phone. So the first book I read in the past week was Sweetwater Gap by Denise Hunter. As you saw in my previous weekly wrap-up video, I discovered this author and I really like her books. And I enjoyed this one as well. It was a great story about guilt and forgiveness and I really liked it. It was actually sort of a way to distract myself from the last book by Brandon Sanderson, because I also told you in the previous weekly wrap-up video that I was reading the first 3 books of the Mistborn series, and on Sunday I finally finished The Hero of Ages. I really wanted to finish that one on Saturday. Like I said in the previous weekly wrap-up video, but it's so hard to imagine right now, but last week it was -9 degrees in the Netherlands on Saturday and I did some ice skating, and well, not because I really like it, but because my whole family was there and I wanted to enjoy the time with my family, so I did that. So last week it was -10 degrees, something like that, and today I just came back from a walk and I wore my winter coat and it was so warm because it's like 15 or 16 degrees Celsius outside. I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit. So that's like a huge difference, but I finished The Hero of Ages because I was talking about this. I finished The Hero of Ages on Sunday and my. It was probably not the best book to read on Valentine's Day because like the cutest couple from the series, something happens to them that I really did not see coming and I was really upset that it happened. And when I finished the book I said quite a few times, I officially hate you, Brandon Sanderson, and the hatred has somewhat died out, but I'm still a bit upset if I think about the ending of this book. Felt like it was inevitable. I mean, it had to happen, but really though, really, did it really have to happen like that? And also this book was a bit dragging. I think I was more than 50% of the way through when finally some things started to happen and the story started evolving. But I felt that this book could have been shorter, just like the other 2 books. It was a nice series to read, but it was definitely not the best fantasy series I read. I'm sorry if I've offended people. After I finished The Hero of Ages, I allowed myself to start reading The Midnight Library. I really liked this book. That's definitely, yeah. But I was hoping I would like it more than I did, and maybe that's also because of circumstances. Last week, Monday, I wasn't in a particularly good place, and Tuesday it was... my whole week was a bit messy. It was due to some things around the coronavirus and the situation at the moment in the Netherlands, and I think most importantly the opinions of other people. The thing is, we have this curfew in the Netherlands that you are not allowed to get outside between 9 PM and 4:30 AM, something like that. I do not really mind because like that, yeah, most of that time is my sleeping schedule, so I do not really mind it, but people in the Netherlands get so frustrated over it, and I don't want to get too political on my channel. I do not like that. I do not like that the whole coronavirus situation and the way people think their opinion on Facebook or any other social media is changing it. It's not improving the world. Your opinion does not usually not improve the world. It's your actions that do. The thing is, I got involved, not really involved because I usually don't comment, but I write a lot of comments in my head on Facebook posts. And I read the comment sections of posts I know I should not read the comment sections of, and all that sort of thing. People might recognize this. And therefore I sort of feel like my head was too busy with all that stuff, and therefore I could not enjoy this book as much as I would have if the situation were different. On the other hand, I was in quite a dark place, and when I finished this book I felt my spirits lifted a bit, so that's a good thing. There were some bits that I did not like about this book, but I can't think of them right now, actually. The thing I really liked about this book is that it had short chapters. I mean, I really like short chapters in books. They gave you the feeling that you are progressing, even though sometimes you aren't. It is a really powerful book, so if you are in a sort of dark place at the moment, then read The Midnight Library. The next book I read was Pelican Point by Irene Hannon. I read the Dutch version and therefore it says Lichtboei, and it is about the lighthouse. One of the main characters, Ben, inherits this lighthouse and he doesn't know what to do with it. He actually wants to sell it, and then the other main character, Marcy, does not want him to sell the lighthouse, and obviously these people meet and they have their secrets and, well, they fall in love with one another and that sort of things. It is a light-hearted book that deals with some, well, heavier issues, but the thing I like most about the books by Irene Hannon is that the main characters are usually somewhere in their 30s and they are single and usually meet someone and fall in love. That's what happens in all of them, and you know from the start who's going to end up with who, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know where it is where you live, but in the Netherlands, in the Christian community at least, you get married at like 20, 21, 22, something like that. And if you are, let's say, 27, almost turning 28, and you're still single, then, well, you don't have any chances of finding true love. So, yeah. Therefore I like these books, because once again they are in their 30s when they find love. The last book I finished this week was Happily Ever After by Susan May Warren. Last year I read quite a few books by Susan May Warren. I like them. There are also Christian books, but this was her debut novel. Her debut full-length novel. I think she wrote short stories and other things before that, but this was her debut romance novel. I liked this book, I really did. What I like most is that I noticed how much Susan May Warren grew in writing her books. It was not that this book was bad, absolutely not, but there were some sentences in them that felt very like a writer of a first novel, romance novel would do. I think it's really great if you see the progress a writer made in his writing process. So that's why I enjoy reading all the books a certain author wrote. This story was about forgiveness and chasing your dreams. Yeah, I love that. My favourite of the week was The Midnight Library, and I know I got not really political, but a bit political on when I talked about this book. I'm sorry for that, but the thing is, I sort of set up this channel and my Instagram account, and this adventure I'm doing is because I love reading and I'm not very much into politics, but I want to show people that the world is great if you're reading books. So what I want to say today is that if you feel tempted to read your Twitter feed or a comment section on Facebook or that sort of things, instead grab a book, because the world of books is a lot better than the world of social media, where people spread their opinions like, well, I was going to say that their opinions spread faster than a virus, but that's probably not a good thing to say right now. But I'm still saying it. Anyway, I hope I encourage you to read some more books, and if you're looking for a recommendation, The Midnight Library or any of the other books I read in the past week, because I think they were all great, except for the ending of The Hero of Ages. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to follow me on this like sort of adventure I'm doing, then consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, happy reading!